All right, so I have here a clip that I recorded a while ago. It's been a little bit now, of a interaction I had against a Bridget player, and I've been seeing a lot uh, go around. Thankfully, the community seems to understand that this character is not very good. But when I hear about why this character is not very good, I don't think I see the right reasons. Obviously, the most prevailing thing you see is he can't dash block, so his matchups are bad, which really only covers the surface of why this character is not great. And unfortunately, this clip does not show why that would have not helped here. But the simplest thing I can say is that what it would boil down to is one, it would make him feel weird as fuck to play because his whole kit is kind of designed around the fact that he can't dash block, and two, it wouldn't actually solve any of his real problems. And what do I say when I mean his real problems? What I mean is his pressure. And to put it short, people don't want to hear this, but to put it short is that his pressure is not real. None of his pressure is real. It's not scary. And his turn is over like immediately. He can do one thing to pressure you without meter, and then that's it. You have to, your turn's over, and you have to go back to playing neutral and fish for missed finer hits. So I want to break down a clip of that happening, and this is between me and a Bridget, and this is me pressuring the Bridget in the corner, and then the Bridget pressuring me in the corner. And I just want to show you the differences between the two, and then I want to break down and see like why what I did was nearly optimal but still garbage, and why what they did was not optimal and I still could barely do anything. So I'm going to run it through once, and then we're going to go back through it slowly. All right, so that's the end. And as you can see, the only reason that I ended up winning there was because she messed up her combo at the end. So let's go back and look at this slowly. So the first thing I do is I try and shimmy her out. She doesn't fall for it. So I go for a 2H. As like an advancing move, it would have caught the shimmy, and it's a good pressure tool because it can go into, well, as good as he has, because it can go into Nsenga, which will reset us back to neutral. So that's what I do. It puts us back in neutral. I look for a possible, advancement or button press, but she doesn't fall for that. Also, one of the things I want to say is that this Bridget plays very scared. So I actually got away with a lot more than I could have. There were a lot of times where she could have pressed a button or could have advanced on me with her stupid normals that I could have done nothing about. But she played a lot, kind of scared. And once she realized that I was playing scared because I thought that she knew what she was doing, she started taking advantage of that. So it starts with a dash in. I just do the easy throw, puts her back in the corner, card, and then miss card. She blocks it. Now you might ask, why didn't I just throw another card to loop guard crush? And the answer to that is card doesn't have a hitbox, so she could have just far slashed or 5H'd me there, and I would have gotten counter hit, and there was nothing I could do about that. So the only real thing I could have done was either sit there and try and hit her with buttons, you know, and just pressure her with long range buttons, or go up for a mix up, which is what I did, you know, or just use pressure in general. So do close slash, 5H, put her back in the corner, and go back to Nsinga to reset us back to neutral, and do 2S again, because that's all I could do. This is kind of what I'm trying to talk about before, is unless I get a sneaky card throw in, you know, unless I try and get a card throw in that they don't expect, there is no way that I can really apply pressure that they cannot just block entirely throughout. Excuse me. There's anything scary that I have to do that I can do, they don't have to respect. And the best thing I can make them do is just block and sit in a corner and build a risk for when they maybe make a mistake. So the next thing that happens is she does the same thing, which is jumping again, and I punished her for this. So now she knows not to do it. Card again, you know, again, misfinder guard crush, and again I dash in, 2H. This time I try and go for the mix-up, you know, the overhead mix-up. I could have possibly saved this for you know, again, I did not have to go in. But again, I would have just been sitting, I would have just been poking at her in mid-range with her arguably superior buttons, especially 2S, which low profile is nearly all of my mid-range buttons. I missed the overhead because she's short and because I didn't do it fast enough. I maybe could have thrown her there, but for what I did, going back into neutral, yeah, I mean, sorry, going back into pressure was not a terrible thing to do. 2H, because again, that's really his best pressure tool. You know, like normal wise, close slash into 2H or far slash into 2H, and then I dash back into misfinder to gain a little bit of distance and to apply some pressure in mid range. Now misfinder recovers slow enough that she could have gained ground here if she wanted to, but instead stayed in the corner and allowed me to reset. If she wanted to, I think she could have done yo-yo car to at least gain, or at least dash up a little bit to gain some ground, if not thrown at a button, you know, at the end. Because well, did I actually hit her with it? I did hit her with it. Yeah, misfinder is so negative on block that she could have at least tried to punish it. But this is what I was talking about her playing scared. You know, what was she gonna do? In this case, I suppose I could have thrown a card. Oh yeah, no, here she is. Now she's getting smart by dashing forward. I could have thrown a card here, I guess, but as we see, she just dashes up at me. If she had dashed a button while I was trying to throw a card, I would have gotten counter hit. So what I do instead is try and poke her with misfinder, but she dashes back. So this is what his like mid-range offense defense kind of thing comes down to, is just poking at misfinder, hoping to get a hit. Because if they dash block in at you, there's not there's nothing you can, you know, there's nothing you can do. You can try and dash in misfinder, but if they block that, which is what they should be doing because misfinder is on his block is garbage, you know, they can just counter, you know, they can punish you and take full advantage. Or you can continue to dash back misfinder and put yourself on the corner, which is not a good thing in this game. So the best thing I could do then is just sit here and play, you know, misfinder poking footsies, quote unquote footsies with my life, you know, hoping that she doesn't get smart and do a button, you know, on fucking misfinder block. So here she goes to jump in again. I try and 6P 2D, or sorry, 2K. The 2K, I say, as you can see, I tried to punish it or apply pressure in general. If I had done far slash there, maybe I could have, you know, counter hit her there. And then I guess I could have done 5H into misfinder and then card to put her back in the corner. But again, I get card down, I get to loop guard crush once, and then I'm back to the same place I was. Like, what am I going to do after that? So I missed that, go into miscancel because, you know, because throwing out card there could have got me counter hit. Now this is when she finally starts to do the smart stuff, where she notices, oh, I can punish you on all this, can't I? Thankfully, 2S is far enough away that I'm fine. But if she had done like 5H there, I might have been fucked. I don't know if I could have, or especially far slash. I don't know if I could have gotten back in time. So again, I try and dash in because for some reason she just completely, she does 2S once and then completely removes her turn. All she had to do there was stand her ground, because if I had dashed in there and she had blocked it, then she could have taken her turn back and counter it. I'm saying the same things over and over again because that's how one-dimensional my offense is. It all comes back to trying to poke for Mistfinder in neutral, because that's the best tool he has, because that's all he can do. If you don't have meter for a high-low, you're kind of fucked. And even if you do have meter for a high-low, if they block the high-low, you what? Okay, I can throw card again, or I can reset myself back to neutral, and then I guard crush card, and then it's back to the same thing. His neutral is so, and his offense are so like 1 to 2 step, and then it's back to neutral, and that's it. So from here, she does something stupid. This is just her being dumb. Yo-yo into, and she doesn't even like try and approach from a different angle to where Mistfinder won't hit. She just straight comes at me, so I Mistfinder her. Throw card, missed in, guard crush, try and run in for a 2K, which it again to apply pressure. 2D, low. So this is one of the times when I actually did fuck up. That was supposed to be a bait low Mistfinder. In fact, if I had just low Mistfindered her there, I would have been fine. But instead, I go for a dash up, cancel, miss cancel. And the reason why I RC'd here, I didn't have to RC here, but the reason why I did is because, again, miss cancel is so slow that if I had done that and she was looking for it, I would have gotten counter hit, and there was nothing I could do about it. So this is supposed to be a drift RC throw, but I fucked up the drift RC, so I just go instead for 2K 2D. So in the end, it works out okay, but then she bursts, and this is the turning point of the round. So from here, she baits out the Mistfinder, which is good. She also could have thrown Yo-Yo there if she wanted to. That would have been fine. She baits out Mistfinder, dashes in, and I have to take that. She comes up with 2K. Again, her 2K is fast enough that it's really hard to punish. Maybe I could have far slash there, but it's that whole what would you call it? It's hard to react to, especially in the heat of the moment. So I go for 2K, Mistfinder again because that's his best poke. Dash into a try and approach from the air, and then she hits me with Yo-Yo, and from here it's over. Let's see. Yep, Yo-Yo, because I tried to jump it with 2K. I guess I could have tried to far slash her, far slash 5H her. And then she rolls in, but dashes back at the end because she knows that the Mistfinder is coming. I guess I could have done Mistfinder earlier there. Dashes over my Mistfinder, because she had conditioned me to expect her to come in with the Yo-Yo straight. So JS, JK, JD. Wait, was that JK? Let's just make sure. Yes, JK, JD. And then now she sets up Oki, and this is when the Vortex starts. So JD, which is plus, or not plus, but at least leaves her, like zero enough to where she can still take her turn. Especially because I tried to, maybe faultless defensing, FDing is not the plan here, not the go-to. But I go to FD to try and push her away so I can maybe take my turn back. But instead, especially because she already has Yo-Yo down, she could just Yo-Yo, it doesn't matter even if she misses because she can Yo-Yo in. And the Yo-Yo is close enough to where, and the hitbox is large enough to where, that hits and I have to respect it. So she does JS again, JD. Now she does this twice. Here, I'm going to show you where she does Yo-Yo car into, into the jump, and then she goes for a low. And then sets up Yo-Yo again. She doesn't. She did not have to do that. The more optimal thing to have done there, and she does it again, where she goes /, 5H, yo-yo, and then jump, and then D. She missed a close slash there, but she could have, if she'd done it sooner, she could have connected off of it. I guess I tried to press a button here because I didn't know. Excuse me, I apologize. I guess tried to push a button there, or maybe I don't know what I was trying to do there. I should not have been pressing anything. But what she could have done there, as opposed to wasting all of her meter like this, she did not have to do that. So after getting me in the corner like this, 5H, she could have thrown, 5H cancels into yo-yo throw. So all she had to do here was throw her yo-yo again and do the yo-yo yo-yo alternative so that it hits you, and then follow up, so now I'm in block stun, and then follow up with /, 5H, and then go into close range yo-yo dive, and then hit me with JD again, and then and just repeat that, or go in for the command throw, or go for Roger dive, or all that. Like, she did not need to waste her meter here, but either way, I'm still stuck in this loop. And as you can see, I get here. As you can see here, as you can see, I get hit for trying to push something right there. I get up. I shouldn't be pushing on my own wake up. I get hit, and now she can go into her full combo. Resets. She's back into reset. For some reason, she didn't start by throwing yo-yo, which gave me the chance to try and jump out. This might have been me missing my box dash. No, I was just going for a neutral jump there because I was going to try what I was planning to do there. And this is one of his better things that he can do, which is neutral jump and then either go for JH or misfiner, low misfiner. The problem with that though is that that's still dangerous and risky, because JH will get 6 speed, and if low misfiner is blocked, you're dead. You get counter hit and it's over. So instead, as you can see, I try to go for something. She hits me with JS, and then the only reason I do not go through the wall is because she drops it. And then from there, I throw in the corner, throw card, guard crush, and then run in and throw her. So that is the reason. That is the only reason I did not lose that round, is because she messed up. From there was a ton of stuff that she could have done to at least pressure me at mid-range, or continue to vortex me without using her meter. And when it came to me and my pressure, I had to sit there and hold misfiner against her and hope that she made a mistake. Because if I threw card, I would get counter hit. If I went for dash and misfiner and she blocked it, I'd get punished. And if I went for the lower overhead with meter, and I mean, okay, even if I get the meter, even if I get the hit with the meter, I throw down card, and then we're back in the stage 1 where I could guard crush her once, and then she, and as long as she blocks it, she's fine. I guess I could have held card there, and been like, if you try and run at me, I'm going to, I'm going to pressure with card, with the fact that I can misfiner card. I guess maybe I should have tried doing that, and maybe that's something that's kind of something I'm thinking about trying to do for the future. But even then, it's only low misfiner. She can jump in still, and I can 6P her. It's just, it's not the easiest way to put it. And again, I know people don't want to hear it, but the easiest way to put it is that it's not real. It's real. It's not real. It's one-dimensional, and it's super easy to get around. So I know people in this game are very set in their opinions and their thoughts and their ways and whatever, but I'm hoping that maybe showing this off and like really breaking it down for 20 minutes, will show that this character has bigger problems than just, oh, he can't dash block.